Welcome to our English news edition, coming to you from Canal, Algérie. To the headlines. The national local team beats the Ethiopian side and progresses to the second round of the CHAN competition being held in Algeria. Army General Saeed Shingariha, Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, receives the UK Defence Senior Advisor to the Middle East and North Africa, now on an official visit to Algeria. The Biskara cement factory is stepping efforts to increase its exports and grants more hard currency for the national treasury. And the African delegations are highly impressed by the rich material and immaterial legacy of Annaba province. Good evening, those are today's headlines. First, we kick off our news with this good news. The national local team secured their progress to the next round of the CHAN competition after beating the Ethiopian side with 1-0 scored by Mahyous. They top now Group A with 6 points before taking on Mozambique in the last game of the group stage next Saturday. Earlier in the day, the Mozambican side stunned Libya with 3-2, pushing them to leave the competition ahead of their last game with Ethiopia. On Tuesday, the Army General Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, Saeed Shingariha, received the Air Marshal Martin Elliott Sampson, the UK Defence Senior Advisor to the Middle East and North Africa, now on an official visit to Algeria at the head of a high-level military delegation. Melissa Kubash with the details.
During the audience attended by general officers of the National Defence Ministry and the General Staff of the National People's Army, alongside members of the British military delegation, the two parties reviewed bilateral cooperation between the two countries and discussed ways and means to further consolidating it. Security at both regional and international levels were also discussed during this meeting. After welcoming the visiting delegation, the Army General affirmed that this visit is likely to enable the diversification and promotion of bilateral military cooperation.
إن تجسيد زيارتكم اليوم يعكس اهتمامكم بالبحث عن السبل والطرق التي من شأنها السماح بتنويع وتعزيز التعاون العسكري الثنائي.
Expressing our country's willingness to implement practical measures to achieve the desired dynamics on the basis of a sincere cooperation.
قصد بلوغ الديناميكية المنشودة على أساس تعاون صريح ومسعى متبصر وبراغماتي. فيما يتعلق بالتنويع نشاطات تعاوننا الثنائي فإنني أقترح عليكم الشروع في دراسة مشتركة.
The Army General underlined that it would be useful to include the dynamics of bilateral cooperation between the two parties within the framework of an approach aimed at moving forward by enhancing the excellent relations binding both armies, particularly in the field of training, by examining the opportunities offered and implementing all possible means for the exchange of experiences.
كافة الوسائل الممكنة لتبادل الخبرات وتوسيع حسب الإمكان لمجالات التكوين. كما أود التنويه بهذه المناسبة أن الجزائر تنتمي.
The Army General also indicated on this occasion that Algeria is one of the non-aligned states and is proud of its history, marked by glories, and that our country ensures respect for its independence and its sovereign decisions and maintains economic and military relations with many friendly countries.
تربطها معها علاقة اقتصادية وعسكرية.
The meeting was an opportunity for both parties to exchange analysis and points of views on issues of common interest. In this regard, the British High Defence Advisor for the MENA region expressed his appreciation for the objective analysis presented by the Algerian side related to the regional and international security situation, while emphasizing his country's willingness to further promote bilateral military relations in various fields. At the end, the two parties exchanged symbolic gifts before Air Marshal Martin Elliott Sampson proceeded to sign the Golden Register of the General Staff of the National People's Army.
In another development, the President of the Constitutional Court, Omar Belhaj, received on Tuesday the Senior President of the Supreme Court, Tahar Ma'mouni, so as to sign a cooperation agreement between the two institutions. The agreement aims at strengthening the scientific and professional expertise exchange via the organization of training sessions and programs for the benefit of employees, and it will also create research opportunities in the fields of common interest. The President of the National People's Assembly tasked a group of MPs to inquire about the reasons for the drop in milk production and the disruption of its distribution. The investigating delegation will start its mission next Sunday and will closely follow up the problems faced by the sector, and for which it will propose tangible solutions at the end of the investigation. In other news, the 2023 Finance Law, which contains a series of measures to grant more facilitations favoring exports and investment, is seen as an implementation of decisions taken by the public authorities over the past years to ease the taxation process and create better conditions of exports, notably outside the non-hydrocarbon sector. Story by Ines Gillo.
The 2023 Finance Law provides for many facilitations and incentives, especially those related to exemption from corporate income tax and taxes on professional activity, which are measures aimed at encouraging investment and reviving the national economy.
The new finance law offers a choice between Islamic or conventional finance. The choice will not be made according to the tax, as we will be facing tax neutrality.
الضريبة اللي نطبقوها على العرض الإسلامي ولا نطبقوها على العرض الكلاسيكي.
فهناك عدة مزايا تخص
There are several advantages concerning direct taxes, such as the taxed company profit. If a company, for example, reinvests its profit in production, it will benefit from a 10% reduction on the corporate income tax. As far as the business activity is concerned, there is a total exemption for production activity.
هناك استثمار في ميدان الإنتاج. أيضا فيما يخص رسم على النشاط المهني، فهناك إعفاء تام لنشاطات الإنتاج.
In order to create a favorable business climate, banks have reduced their interest rates to promote production activities.
ومن ضمن المزايا اللي هو
Among these benefits, there is the interest rate subsidy. The government is giving special interest to the economic sector.
الحكومة توجه لها كل العناية.
These new measures reinforce the ones already taken by the public authorities in order to support the investment through, among other things, tax harmonization.
And one of the most exported substances out of the hydrocarbons is cement. The sales abroad have increased considerably, as it is the case with the Silas factory of Biskra province, which exported $100 million in 4 years. Najah Tayyar with the details.
With a production capacity of more than 3 million tons per year, the Biskra cement factory is one of the largest in the country. Silas of Biskra uses the most advanced technologies in the sector and operates a giant clinker grinder. Here we proceed the manufacturing of the clinker. In the 2022, the factory produced 700,000 tons. We plan to increase production and exports of clinker to more than 1 million tons this year. Packaging is done here with a speed of 3,000 turns per hour and with production capacity of 6,500 tons per day or 4,500 bags. The analysis of the final product is done at the level of this laboratory. Here, the employers take care to ensure a quality product which meets the international standards intended for export. 40% of production is for export and 60% to supply the national market. From 2019 to 2022, the exports have reached around $100 million. Construction material, and particularly cement, constitutes an important segment of exported products, making it possible to move towards surplus balance, which implies an increase in foreign currency inflows while generating employment and wealth growth.
In a different context, and on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of independence, the first web documentary, Nabd Algérie, produced by the national radio, was broadcast on Tuesday in the presence of the Minister of Communication and the Minister of Mujahideen.
This web documentary consists of an important content. It is an initiative that we hail, as it is seen as a major contribution to the National Archive, retracing the major milestones of the Algerian history since independence till the modern era marked by a new Algeria. This web documentary has major importance in terms of writing history. Our ministry hails such kind of initiatives, either by private or public media outlets containing valuable archive material.
Alongside men, the Sahrawi women militants are in the front rows to defend the freedom of their country. Caused by the Moroccan occupation, their daily life is full with risks and suffering at the expense of their own dignity. Ines Kilo reports.
The Sahrawi women were strongly present at the 16th Congress of the Polisario Front in Dakhla. They are equally committed as men and determined to make their voice heard, to declare loudly and to make clear their attachment to their homeland. They wanted to express their will to keep fighting till the end.
Sahrawi women have always fought alongside men. They have given everything in their fight for freedom, and they are present in all areas. Sahrawi women have always shown courage and determination in this ongoing struggle for the independence of the Sahrawi people. We are present in force in this Congress to reaffirm our commitment to the Sahrawi cause. This forum comes at an exceptional time when the armed struggle has resumed following the violations of the ceasefire by the Moroccan occupier and the aggression against defenseless civilians and the illegal breach of El-Gergerat. We are aware that we are at war, and our objective is to liberate our territory.
The proceedings of the 60th edition of the Polisario Front Congress continues in the Sahrawi refugee camps with the aim of intensifying the struggle to oust the occupier and thus recover the full sovereignty of the Sahrawi Republic to its land.
In a new development, and as part of the several scandals involving the Makhzen regime, the President of the European Parliament promised to eradicate corruption in her institutions as part of the investigation that shook the European Parliament, notably after the arrest of the former MP in Belgium, Pierre-Antonio Panzeri, after being politically involved among other European MPs for the benefit of Morocco in exchange for bribes. We head now towards one of the cities hosting the Shan 2022 competition, Annaba province. It is the province's boon to shine with its monuments, gastronomy, and its heritage. Story by Najah Diyar.
Coming to Annaba for the African Nations Championship for the local players is not just about football games. It is also an opportunity to visit a region of an immense heritage, and that is also known for its inhabitants' hospitality, who welcomed the African delegations who came to participate in the Shan with open arms. Our participation in this Shan allowed us to discover Algeria's culture through the Algerian Shan opening that demonstrated all the culture of the Algerian people and their great reception capacities. We have arrived to Annaba for the participation of our group of the Côte d'Ivoire in the competition, and we have discovered an extraordinary city, rich with its history, culture and spontaneity. Côte d'Ivoire and Uganda youth and sports ministers expressed their great admiration for the remarkable organization of the CHAN. They did not fail as well to underline the preparations of Algeria to host and make a success of this continental and even global sporting event. During our last game, the Annaba supporters came in large numbers to encourage us and really warmed our hearts. I invite them to come back during our next game to support us. Once again, I would like to thank and congratulate Algeria for the very good organization of the CHAN. The African Confederation Football has seen the effort and the warm welcome of the Algerians. Algeria does not play at Annaba, but the stadiums are full, and we could see the great support of the Algerians who decided to encourage all the teams. Annaba, with its beauty, charmed the guests of Algeria who visited numerous tourist sites and craft exhibitions in a city where the hospitality of its inhabitants will have marked them forever.
And with that, our today's news edition comes to an end. Thank you for watching and goodbye.